2, 1. You're listening to Just Okay Gamers, where this week we have the one and only super fantastic, I would say, analyst, possibly talk show host, just overall attractive male. Yeah, that's right. Riot Dash James Patterson is on the podcast. Stay tuned.
We're just okay and we play some games. We're just okay gamers.
How do you like that off the cuff intro? Oh, I'm so good at what I do.
The hell up. It's magic, really.
Honestly, I'm flattered. When people ask me like, what's the best way you could be introduced, be it an award show or if Ellen were to ever introduce me, I'm gonna point them now to you. To you.
Thank you.
Like, it'll be written. It'll be like a writer in my contract now for every show that I do. Like, I need to just bring Guido in to do the introduction.
I'll be your hype man.
And
I'd happily be your hype man.
There you go. I like it.
Thanks for listening to episode 143.
143?
143 of the Just Okay Gamers podcast. My name is Guido, and I'm here with
Wally.
Noodlepot.
Yo, what up, guys? It's Nasty.
Ooh, he failed the test. He failed it.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
You already introduced me. Why would I introduce myself?
We thought you were a fucking professional.
What is
You're
this?
professional, clearly.
It would be clearly unprofessional for me to come in at the end and tag myself onto both sides of the.
No, you got it. You're the guest.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, hey
You're in the
guys.
chair
So
of honor,
let's,
sir.
let's bring it back to me because it's all about me here, right?
That's our motto. We learned from Guido.
Every other guest has gotten that right. You are the first, I have to say. Sadly.
Oh, please. I feel like I did it right. I feel like you guys have had it wrong the whole time.
Maybe you're right.
I also feel like every other time it's been
Like,
like...
because here's the thing. Just, and now, my experience on the analyst desk is, hello, hey, I'm back from the commercial, whatever. I'm here sitting with, I will dominate from Team Liquid. He doesn't then just introduce himself again.
Well, we have the intro of the podcast, and then we have because it's a podcast, people need to know what our voices sound like.
Yeah.
All right. This is what my voice sounds like, everybody.
Good. I'm glad we.
My name is Dash.
Yeah. Very good.
Humorous and condescending. He fits in well.
I've always felt weird about the introducing ourselves thing, though.
Why?
Because from the start, I always wanted to do Guido introduces us, and then we just say something like, I'm here with Wally, and then Wally says hi, or something.
Wow, we're getting into the deep-seated issues already.
Yeah.
This is impressive.
143
It's
in, and now you're bringing this
143
up?
episodes in, and this is being brought
Hey,
up
I
now.
brought this up before we started.
I remember him saying that. It doesn't seem right, but I made the argument that they need to know our voices.
Yeah,
Right.
but you could introduce us individually.
I
and
can't
we could
switch
just
now.
Say something.
No, but
It's too late.
I'd switch now.
that
It's
puts
too late.
it puts
Too
me in
late.
too much of a power position.
I didn't
Yeah.
mean to do this to you guys. I'm sorry.
Then
Okay,
You know what? I'm done. I'm outta here.
Introduce myself. Let's just start
we're
over.
out of here.
I don't want to.
Just okay gamers. And I'm here with Wally. Say hi, Wally. Hi. And Bill Poole. Hi.
Get out of
Nasty,
here.
hi.
So, Dash is here, famed analyst in the game of League of Legends in the electronic sports genre. Do you guys ever call it by its full name, electronic sports?
Well, I do occasionally if I'm trying to explain what I do to somebody who has absolutely no idea what esports is. So sometimes I'll make the clarification like, oh, well, I work in the esports industry, electronic sports, since video games are now a thing.
That brings up a good thing right away. How did you tell your parents about it? Did they know about League of Legends or?
This is like, how did you tell your parents?
Let's just jump over it.
Yeah, right?
Our story starts.
Let's see. Well, I got into my job in a very weird way, which we can get into as well if we want. But my parents have always known that I was a gamer. They had no idea what League of Legends was, and to be honest, they didn't really know what any of the video games I played were, World of Warcraft or anything. They just knew that they hated the fact that I played video games. But their concern with
you'll never make money playing your games.
Yeah,
Get off
exactly.
the computer!
Get off the computer.
Write books like the other James Madison.
No, they honestly, my parents are incredibly supportive, and all they ever cared about was that I was happy doing what I was doing. And so when I told them about this opportunity, they're like, "That's wild that that's a thing." They were definitely surprised that someone was offering to pay me money to watch and talk about video games for a living. But they're like, if that's the case, then more power to you.
Right.
So that's kind of how the discussion went. They didn't have many concerns. I think their biggest thing was a similar concern to what people at Riot had when I originally came in for the position was, is this really what you want to do? Because I had grown up acting since I was 7 years old, and I knew that I wanted to be an actor at a very young age, and hosting is a slightly different medium from traditional acting. So they just wanted to make sure that I was making a choice that I really felt confident in.
There's some shared space there, though. In the industry,
absolutely, and that's part of why I was ultra excited to be moving into this space. One, it's an incredible challenge because it wasn't something that I had done before. Live broadcasting, live hosting is very different from being on stage or being in front of a film camera and doing scripted work. So it was a fun challenge, but beyond that, there's still a lot of parallels that can be drawn between the two. And so it was a great opportunity for me to get in front of a camera at a young age. There's almost no 24-year-olds out there who can say they've had as much time in front of a camera as me, and that's a blessing.
Yeah, that's huge.
I got to give you props, because when we were out at Summoners Con, we tried shoutcasting an ARAM match, and it just went ridiculously bad. So, like, what you guys do on, like, a weekly basis is awesome, and I didn't realize how hard it was until I actually got up there and did it myself.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Shoutcasting too, though, is a whole nother animal, and I have a lot of respect for the guys who do that. Riv, Jet, Kobe, Freak, and Zyrene. They're all phenomenal at what they do, and that has its own challenges. Being in the moment and actively speaking over a game as it plays out is still very different from what I do. But it's very impressive.
Right. Where are you from?
I'm from San Diego. Grew up in San Diego, Southern California.
Your parents still live there?
Parents still live there.
Yeah.
My sister lives there after graduating, moved back. So she's got a house down there. My parents have their house down there. I went to college in New York, so I lived there for 4 years before moving to Santa Monica. And my brother lives in Santa Barbara. Now you know where my whole family lives.
Perfect.
Solid.
Sending them postcards.
Yep.
Add them to the season's greetings card.
Hey guys, thanks for letting Riot Dash come on the podcast. I appreciate it.
It was New Year's this past week. How did you guys? What did you guys do? Anybody do anything special? No.
I drank at my cousin's. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drove around, so I hit like 4 different.
You drank and then you drove around.
Well, I drove around after.
After drinking, right? You get that.
So I had like 4 parties to hit up, so I decided that I was gonna like not drink until the last one. So I just like stopped in at people's places for like 30 minutes, an hour, and then moved on to the next place.
Yeah, thanks for coming by my place. That was real cool.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. I was at your birthday, okay?
Yeah,
and then had to leave.
Yeah. Me and Millpool had a little board game night.
Just me and him.
Yep.
Ooh, I got a new board game.
1v1 board games.
What games did you guys play?
There were many people there, but we played some Betrayal on Haunted House Hill. Right?
It's a good game.
Never heard of that.
Betrayal on
Haunted Hill?
the Haunted Hill, yeah.
What's the concept there?
You're in a haunted house. All 4 of you are working together until this dark omen falls upon one of you and turns you into a monster or, I don't know, some voodoo thing or a werewolf. And then one of you randomly is then attacking the other 3. And it's that one person versus the other 3. So it's a pretty fun game. Co-op up until that point.
It was big at PAX last time we were there.
Yeah, it was big. I almost bought it. We played some Codenames. Codenames is fun.
I love Codenames. Codenames is such a good game.
It is such a good game. There's like these opportunities for these, I don't know, like really kick-ass moments in it, where you could go like for 4 names and list one word, or 4 words and list one word, and someone ends up getting all 4 words, and it's just like, yeah, they did it. If you don't know what Codenames is, you should look it up.
Yeah.
It's a super fun party game.
What game was the one that had like feudal Japan themes to it? They were like ranked characters, like in a courtier kind of a situation.
That's Tokaido.
That I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's a fun game too. We didn't play that. But overall, we just drank. Millpool didn't like playing any games.
No, we played all these boring games. I mean,
What?
I was drinking heavily, and we started out with 7 Wonders, which is like
it's a fun game.
Yeah, you're like playing Civilization though, and I was just like, I can't focus on that when I'm drinking. Like, I need a party game or something. Code Games was the game I wanted to play all night, and then I got sick and I had to go home.
He
And
was
then
too
you guys
drunk to
played
play.
Codenames. Then you guys play Codenames for like the rest
Whose
of the night.
fault is that?
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, well,
Well,
The answer is yours.
What'd you do for New Year's, Dash?
I went up to Lake Tahoe. Me and a bunch of friends went up to Lake Tahoe. We're in South Lake Tahoe, and we went to a 3-day music festival called Snow Globe, which
Is it
takes
EDM?
place. Yeah, it's like an EDM festival,
Yeah,
primarily
it is.
EDM. But like Lil Dicky was there.
Oh,
So some not, and E40 was there, so some non EDM artists, but primarily EDM. So it's a festival that takes place outdoors up in Lake Tahoe, which was pretty cool, just because there was snow everywhere, and you've got a bunch of people dressed up in like full snowboard and ski gear,
right.
like raving their asses off, which is kind of interesting because it's like, just imagine like a bunch of Michelin men like at a rave.
just moshing
Because
it.
that's how everybody moves. Yeah, just like watch that for a moment in your brain, as opposed to like, I think, you know, the typical festival kind of scene is people in like 100-degree weather out in the
Right.
desert, you know, wearing as little clothing as they can.
Right.
And this is exactly the opposite. So we had a good time. We had a good crew that went up there. It was like 7 or 8 of us, and we did the 3 days there. Celebrated New Year's at the festival with What's So Not was the band that, or the artists that rang in the new year. And then the next 3 days we spent skiing. So I got my time on the mountain in before
Very good.
coming back to work.
Oh, you're a
so it was
skier,
a really
huh?
solid, like, week-long vacation. But
You're a skier
I
over
got a little sick.
snowboarding?
I'm a huge skier. Yeah, I grew up skiing.
Oh, okay.
I just got a new board today.
Oh yeah?
Hopefully going out this weekend. I've actually been planning on going to
Awesome.
Tahoe, but I haven't found the money to buy a plane ticket. Really, it's the most expensive part.
Yeah. No, Tahoe was great. We went to Sierra, which is a little bit lesser used mountain there. Heavenly's like the super popular resort, and apparently it was super crowded. But Sierra was great. Had some great runs, and it had snowed a couple times while we were up there, so there was lots of fresh powder, and all of the gates opened in the back, so we got to go. The gates opened for the first time
The movie
this
powder?
winter, so we got to. What?
The movie powder?
Oh God! Don't bring that up again.
Jeez.
this is like the
I
second
don't,
week in
I
a
don't
row,
even know what
think.
this reference is.
It's a movie.
Wait, no, let's get into this.
Yeah, let's get into it. So he had fresh powder up there.
Yeah, we had some fresh powder up
Some
there. Now let's
freshly
get some-
unwrapped DVDs of powder.
Isn't that is John Travolta in that?
No, John Travolta's not in that. Get out of here.
He's in Swordfish.
Yeah, he's in Swordfish.
Name John Travolta.
Paris
He's
is
that.
Love.
You're thinking of Michael. Or Phenomenon.
Keaton?
Michael's
Keaton.
the angel, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the angel.
All right. Wally, I spent it at home with my wife.
Oh, it sounds so terrible. But I took her to a really nice place for dinner, and we celebrated it like we do every year at this place. They hand out champagne while the ball drops, and it's a kind of a small, intimate, fine dining restaurant called
Do they give you
Cameron's.
hookers? Do they give you hookers?
No.
Yeah, they give them
Well,
hookers.
then I'm not going.
Because that's a thing that restaurants do. God,
Especially the classy
nasty.
ones.
I mean, a strip club is kind of like a restaurant.
Yeah.
A restaurant?
I've seen
with
Eyes
strippers.
Wide Shut. I know what goes on there.
Another John Travolta movie.
Oh boy, yeah.
Was he in that?
No.
No, that guy's getting all this free PR.
Yeah.
Yep. He should be paying us right now.
You said you'd help me move. Oh, jeez. That's my John Travolta. All right. What do you say we get into some League of Legends?
Let's do it.
Yeah?
Screw that game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm out of here.
Not this week.
Let's just talk
right,
about
let's
New
do
Year's Eve and powder some more. All right, here we go. It's been a while
since I could hold my
segue.
up high.
It's been a while since I've been here.
League of Legends. Oh
It's a
man,
game.
Yeah, it
Goldblum
is.
is in powder.
Jeff Goldblum's in powder.
He is.
Ooh, Jeff Goldblum is also in The Fly.
Independence Day.
Smart.
I've been playing a lot of League of Legends lately.
Have you?
Played 2 games with you today.
Yeah, Millpool was around and playing. Wow.
Whoa.
Oh.
I actually played a
I
game.
learned like at least 2 new things about the game today.
Like what?
You can proc. What is the thing? The support item that gives your ADC gold. You can proc that with abilities,
The thing with stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
but it doesn't execute.
Uh-huh.
I forget what the other thing I learned is.
Oh.
Oh,
didn't-
well, then you didn't learn. You
Yeah,
didn't
you
Let's
didn't
say
learn
like
it.
one thing.
That's literally the
That's
definition
true.
of learning something.
Yeah,
is
you
being able to
remember
remember it.
Is it that?
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
apply it.
if I learned and for, yeah, I guess so. Never mind.
Well,
like,
okay. I
you
mean, you,
take
can
it
make
to-
an argument for learned and forgot, but now you don't know it. I guess.
Right.
Well, when I go back, I might remember it. I just have a bad memory.
Right, because I guess at one point I learned, like, I could say I learned how to knit, but I could have forgotten how to
Actual
do that
acting.
now, and so therefore
But
I
if
did
you-
learn it at one point, but I no longer know how.
Yeah, but
I guess
if
we're
you
gonna get
if you
super
the
technical. We're
knitting
really gonna
needles-
get into
If
this.
you get
No,
the
we
knitting
are.
needles in your
Yeah.
hand, maybe it'll just start going, and you'll be like,
It'll
"Whoa,
just
I
come
can
to you."
do it.
Muscle
I
memory.
never-"
Well, and that's where the whole, it's like riding a bike comes from.
Right.
Ah, boy.
Well, this is philosophical.
I'm just
yeah.
seeing Mike over in the corner, just like
I'm trying to
making
knit.
knitting motions.
With pencils.
The big news this week was there was this little video teaser going on.
We don't made
Beautiful teaser.
and released.
It was a very beautiful teaser. Very nice. Very pretty.
Can I just say I love the mature style they're doing it with this? Like the stills that they made for it in the video.
Yeah, the art on it was amazing. It was very good.
I really like that angle.
Lots of rumors going around on what it means and all that jazz. There's a few. Do you guys have any idea of what this guy is about? He wears a mask.
So, I did a
break it
little
down.
research.
Oh,
I
you
did a little
some-
research. Okay?
Nasty did research.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, out of the last... Well, at first I was thinking it could be a marksman. Just because the whole marksman, changes this preseason and all that.
He's
But-
got
Content
guns.
marksman,
That's
by
a
the
good
way.
guess because he has
Good job.
guns.
Right.
Use the right
Okay.
term.
But at the same time, out of the last 10 champions released, 2 of them were marksmen.
Yeah.
4 of them were fighters. 3 of them were support. 1 was an assassin and 1 was a mage. So to me, like an assassin is coming.
Assassin.
Next.
Well, there's several. They're hinting at it, right?
Right, with like the
the-
smoke and stuff.
Yeah, the kind of casual elegance of death kind of motif.
Right.
Yeah. It's
you
funny
think,
because Dash is sitting there and he knows.
It's like I know everything.
He
You
knows
guys are
everything. He
wrong.
just can't say anything. He can't
I was
say
gonna see
anything.
how long I could just kind of, simmer through this conversation.
I mean, you can talk about the quality of the actual teaser, right? It was super beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, the artists you guys have are great. Whoever did that, give them a shout out right now. Do you know?
Well, I don't know who
Oh,
did
no.
it. Well, no, our company is so large at this
it's
point.
large.
It's pretty insane. But I agree with you. All of our artists are phenomenal. That's one of my favorite things to do at Riot is to go walk through the the art hall where
Sure.
they're all and just literally like peer over people's shoulders onto their tablets and watch them work because I have no artistic ability in that sense, so it's even more awe-inspiring for me to sit there and watch them work. But yeah, they are incredible. As you mentioned, the teaser itself is just beautiful. I've been constantly impressed, and not just impressed, I should say, with what our company puts out in that regard. Unfortunately, yes, although I do have all of the answers, I cannot give any of them to you. So this is one of those scenarios where I guess I sit on my Riot high horse of knowledge and tell you that you must wait.
If it's yes, hold up just a pinky to your, for no closed fist.
Don't say that, because then I'm gonna get all self-conscious about like the way I sit for the rest of the podcast. Later, I'm just gonna be sitting here, like, you know, with like resting my hand on my face. I'll be like, oh no, I just said yes to something.
What does this mean?
So Nasty
Illuminati for sure.
Nasty thinks it's an assassin.
Right. Yeah. I want to hear more of you. I want to hear more of your guys' theories. I love the way that the community approaches new champions, new items, anything that our company puts out. I love the way that the community attacks it with, their theories.
Based on what I saw, I think his attacks are going to be elemental. You know, lots of fire, lots of ice, lots of wind,
burning,
earth. Yeah. The first one was burning. Then there was some ice. The dude was spitting out ice out of his eyes.
In his mouth.
Yeah, and then the lady with the smoke and the wind and the doves flying on the wind. And then there was the tree.
Lady with the smoke.
Symbolic of the earth.
The fucking throat.
So the new champion's Captain Planet.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, is it just a
Wouldn't that be
new
great?
album release?
His login was just like September from Earth, Wind, and Fire. We just got the rights to that, and we're just like,
great, Dash.
do you remember? Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Oh, so that's what you guys are working on?
Yeah, that's the big
Scratching his chin
secret.
with his
That's
left
the big
eye.
secret.
Bringing back a champ from the disco era.
Yeah.
I actually made like a parody video of it yesterday and put it out.
And it got taken down.
It got. I was on Reddit.
Oh, I saw you tweet about that,
It
and
got
then
non-league
I didn't get to
related.
watch it. I didn't get to watch it yet.
Right, a parody
have to do
of
that.
the #1 thing on League subreddit was taken down because it wasn't League related, which is silly. Yeah, I know. Bah.
Stupid. Whoever those moderators are.
Right, but it was a fun little thing.
It was. I enjoyed it. I watched it while I was at the gym, and I was laughing my ass off, and everybody was looking at me like I was funny.
Like you were
Or
funny?
Not funny. No.
Hey, that guy looks pretty funny.
That guy's funny looking. Look
Hey,
at
we should
that
ask him to tell us a joke.
funny looking guy. Get over here.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
We
anybody?
can move on from this. That way Dash doesn't have to sit in silence.
No. It's totally cool. I can still be a part of this, and like I said, I am always very curious. Like part of my involvement with All Chat, and one of the reasons why I love it is because when new champions are talked about, like we see tons of artwork come out around champions before we've even released, our own splash art of them, and that's one of the most fascinating things is watching our community, and particularly the League of Legends community, the way that they kind of jump onto new content and run with it, whether it be theories, whether it be art, whether they create their own skins for it. So I'm always fascinated by it. So don't move on just for my sake, since it is a pretty big ticket item. This new champion.
Well, I don't think anybody really has that much to add. Do you guys have any?
No, I'm with Nasty on the deductive area of that. I mean, that's all I can really pull from.
Elemental assassin. He's got guns. He wears a mask. His ult is gonna be a snare. All right.
Actually, I got one thing I'd like to bring up.
What?
That quote. They attached a quote to that video too. Like, "I can make you better. I can make you beautiful."
Right.
Okay, let's see.
Is that very ominous? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and then there was the mask at the end.
Yeah.
And it's
kind of
got like
masquerade.
that Saw feel to it too, like where it's just like the dolls.
Yeah,
and,
Jigsaw.
like, doll faces. Yep, Jigsaw.
What does he say? Are you ready to play a game or something like that? What does Jigsaw say?
Yeah. And then he sits on his little like wheelchair, right?
His wheelchair?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It is really creepy.
Maybe
though,
it's
how
a
they
chair.
Do you guys
associate-
have any idea how this is a totally non sequitur? How ridiculously I want Guido to voice a champion in League of Legends?
Oh, I would love to voice.
Wouldn't
a
that be the
champion.
greatest thing ever?
Oh, absolutely.
It's got to be a clown though.
No, I was
Well-
gonna say it's gotta be some like awkward schoolboy
Yeah.
character or something.
yeah.
No one would want to play that.
doesn't fit in at all.
I don't know. It would just be.
It has to be pure cringe
I'm
too.
trying
Like,
to
absolute
come up
cringe.
with like the.
Hey
right
guys,
name
you want to
for
go on a date with me? I'm awkward boy.
You should do a skin for Chad.
Oh yeah, Chad.
Oh,
Like,
Chad
make
would be
Chad the
great.
school bully and Guido voice over it.
No, you gotta start that campaign for me over in the offices.
Yeah, all of Chad's skins are just different sports options.
Oh,
so
yeah.
there's like Chad the footballer, Chad the point guard,
Yeah.
Chad, you know.
Yep. Chad
just
the
got-
But like
convict.
nothing else changes. It's just the outfit changes. Like his, none of the VO changes with it. It's just simply Chad
Just changes the
plays
shirt.
he plays every sport and changes his shirt.
Yeah.
So speaking of voiceovers,
Yeah.
there's new voiceovers, new Japanese voiceovers that have been released.
Oh yeah, I've been listening to some of them.
Yeah, have you heard some of these?
I listened to Sona's.
Yeah.
I like them. They're kind of cool listening to them in that kind of cultural angle. It's very Japanese.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
I think I'm turning Japanese.
Are you?
I really think so.
You walked right into that.
Surprised you didn't have some other comment like usual.
Oh dear lord.
So a lot of these people have been tweeting about the fact that they have sex sounds kind of in them when they're getting hit or
Okay.
dying.
Like I said, Japanese. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very anime-esque what the angle they're taking with this.
Right. Yeah, I think for the one that kind of stood out to me, I guess, was the Ari one, and I also saw Sky tweet about it, and that's kind of what made me go look at it at first.
I gotta listen to this.
I didn't hear the Ari one. I just heard the Tarek one.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to him, listen to him. I've heard like 2 or 3 of them.
Whoa.
Who was it who said the anime-esque? Because
Me.
that's the
Wally.
Yeah, Wally. Because I agree with that. Being kind of in, or it seems as though that's the approach.
Well, that's the demo. You got to play to the demo. You know.
Right.
Yeah, I'm listening to Ari at 20 seconds, and she's basically climaxing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Her
She's
whole
like,
thing is just moaning.
This is really.
Like, obviously, she's just dying.
I would love to
Right,
hear
I
an
believe
American.
that's the death. I believe that's the death.
Yeah. Yeah, or the getting hurt, like the impact sounds.
I would want to put them. Yeah, you're right. I want to put them next to each other. I want the American and the Japanese one played at the same
Oh
time.
yes.
See the
Why
Oh,
hasn't
yes.
someone done that? And then go in and
Girls are in and out.
spam the emotes for Tarek and Ari next to each other, so it looks like they're doing stuff.
Like they're banging.
doing stuff to each other. It's all
Yeah,
nasty.
doing stuff.
Yeah,
Nasty.
tender lovers.
Tarek's is good. I'd love to hear it in an English person do that one with an English
Yeah?
voice. Yeah, like, oh, gems are truly outrageous. Oh, yeah.
Oh yes, John's point.
Oh, gargle my gemstones, baby. Oh.
So
This
What?
is why the
somebody
league
should do that.
Yeah, someone do that to make me happy. That's all I ask.
Just
Yeah.
to make Guido's day.
Just for Guido.
It's the demographic that they got to play to. I guess those are pretty famous Japanese voiceover artists. At least a few of them. That's what I was reading in the comments. I have no idea. I don't
It's
pay attention
definitely
to
high
this weeb
quality.
shit.
Weeb shit.
Whoa.
Wow, you were throwing
Yeah,
down.
I
with the-
deleted that shit off of
You deleted what off there?
your
the
weeb
weeb
shit
shit?
comment.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm a 32-year-old man. I don't.
from
don't-
Milwaukee.
From Milwaukee, from the
Wisconsin.
Midwest.
Yeah.
I don't
The
know.
most segregated city in the country.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so here's the thing to talk about this semi seriously for a moment.
Sure,
I think
please.
something to realize about these is the fact that anything played in isolation, not with like the rest of the content that it's supposed to be with, is gonna be a little weird.
Yeah.
You play the entirety of the North American.
Oh, yeah.
Or the English VO for NASA's just in a row, no stops, which is the format that these are being shared in. That's also gonna sound weird.
Well, you're
right?
effectively doing grunt 1, grunt 2, grunt
Yeah.
3,
Right.
hit 1, hit 2,
Like
hit 3.
death noises
Exactly.
are pretty similar to sex noises.
Well,
Exactly.
and
Like
that's-
any,
that
like
kind of
take yeah, exactly. Like isolate the death noises
all like,
from any
well,
character in any game, and they're gonna sound kind of weird coming right after. Gems are truly outrageous,
Oh, for the-
right? And then just like, "Ugh, I'm dying.
Yeah.
So that's one of those things where it's like, pairing these with the visuals is what I think is gonna right now everybody's pointing to it because it's hilarious and funny, but with the visuals, I think they're gonna, it'll temper a lot of the kind of uproar, not even uproar, because it's not that serious, but you know what I mean, around the situation.
And we don't know, native Japanese people could hear our English voiceovers and be like, oh, I don't know about this.
Yeah, it sounds like cartoons probably, whatever.
That's the one thing that I took away from the voiceover panel that we went to at Summoners Con, is that they were saying that they just go a day of just doing like, just a full day of just making grunt sounds just to try to get those right.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what I mean. I've done very little voiceover work, and I've never voiced a character. I've only done like just VO for a show, show intro or something.
Right.
I can't even imagine what that's like to try and voice a character from start to finish in however many VO sessions.
Yeah, lots of water, lots of tea and honey, I bet.
Oh yeah, gargle.
Guido, what would Benson's death sound be? Benson the Fiery Dragon.
Yeah, you need to do
Benson was kind of dorky, right? That's how I picture him. Maybe just
you're the designer.
Well,
of the
no, that's a leak.
You're kind of everything. You are.
That's a leak. I didn't create it. That's a leak from you guys. I just leaked it.
I'm leaking it right now.
So I actually heard what his death sounds like, the actual one.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And you guys ready for another leak?
Yeah. I'm so ready for this.
Oh, yeah, what's the leak? Yeah, play it honest.
Okay, so Benson's first one is like kind of a burp, like I can't fake burp. I can't do it. I don't know why I said a burp.
You can't?
I can't.
There you go.
And then he kind of just gurgles for a good 20 seconds, like somewhat burping halfway through it too. And you can hear it. It's a global death sound, so everybody hears it.
Oh, good.
It goes on and on and on. Yeah.
For his whole death time until he comes back up?
Pretty much, yeah.
So that would get really annoying
as the game goes later, his death sound gets longer.
60 seconds of just like a 45-minute game.
I'm dying, guys.
I would be like, don't kill him. I don't want to listen to that for the next minute. Just leave him alive.
Eventually, it just starts looping into when you're
right.
You guys go ahead and carry me with you.
Is that his right-click sound? That's all he does? I hate walking.
To carry around his dead corpse with
Yep.
Just take me.
I hate playing with Benson.
All right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail us.
No, that was good.
No, that's perfect. That's all we do is get derailed.
You fit in well.
So, fantasy's starting. I believe you can form teams already.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, Freak just asked me to be in a league today, and I said no. I'm kidding. I just didn't answer. I ignored his question. Is what I actually did.
Okay, you just don't give him the time of day.
Exactly.
Perfect.
You sound just like me. Just ignore him.
That's
what I did with Guido's New Year's Eve invite.
Yep.
Oh,
it's true. We have to form our league, our Just Okay Gamers League.
We do.
Yeah.
Did you guys do one for this last season?
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Who ended up being the victor?
Nasty?
I don't remember.
I think I won.
Yeah,
I think
Nasty,
it was Nasty,
won?
yeah.
You think you won?
Yeah,
well,
I know.
This is it. We won like the last 3 of 4, 2 of 3, something like that. So I just kind of assumed that he won.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And he brags hard too.
Yeah.
So.
I do. I rub it in their faces.
Anything, I assume that I won.
Nasty was first, tied with Bombhead. Guido was third.
There you go. All right. Okay.
That's fair. It was pretty close, but we had some people in it that didn't like focus too hard.
Well, we had one person that drafted all of CLG
and just left them in all the time, even when they swapped out their mid laners.
That's questionable management there.
Right, and then one person that just dropped everybody and put in retired people, people that weren't on the roster.
See, that's frustrating. Well, that's frustrating. So I'm like a super try-hard person, super try-hard, super competitive. So I hate that when I do fantasy, either whether it's LCS or like fantasy football, and I end up in a league where half of the league after like 2 weeks decides to give up because they don't think they can win, and then they stop putting in the effort to make it competitive league. Because even in the scenario where you realize maybe you're not going to win, maybe you're too many games behind, abandoning your team, and therefore reducing the competitiveness of the league is like detrimental to everybody's experience, which is a real bummer.
Right,
Yeah.
it's just like the feeder on your team.
I don't think we had anybody give up like that, but they just sort of walked away out of boredom more than anything, and they weren't really into it. That kind of.
Yeah, but that person screwed me. Like, I would have won.
Oh yeah, she beat the tar out of you both times, which is funny.
But
The
then
person
when
that
she
gave
played
up is beat the
nasty,
living
the
shit out
winner
his
of
team.
it, she had no one on her team. She got 0 points that week. And then she played the
that's
second
what I
play.
hate. That's what I'm talking about. I hate that exact situation is what I in all cases want to try to avoid. But I think it's very tough to find a group of people that's willing to commit to the length of the season if they're not doing well, or if they or just other things happen in their life and it becomes lower on their priority list.
It's a long time. It's a long time.
Well, I mean,
is.
I ended up doing that for like 2 weeks. I was just like, this looks like an average roster. I don't really know who's doing well, and I, just kind of left everybody, and it turned out in my favor.
All right.
But I also drafted, I think, really well, like in the overall, like glance at things.
Yeah.
Well, now you guys are gonna play again, so I don't want you guys to reveal too much about your draft strategies. But do you guys have specific draft strategies when it comes to? Okay.
I have a
because I
very
don't want you
specific one.
to give them away to each other.
No, I'll give them away. I give them away every year.
Guido just picks the highest numbered person.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
That remains.
I picked all Europeans because their games go longer. That's what I always do.
Boom, boom, right there.
And I tried to lock down top laner, and I think this season might be a jungler because of the fact that jungle seems to be so important with this new preseason.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So-
ADC first, mid, top, jungle
support.
That's
Really?
right.
Wait, why
I did the
ADC
opposite
first? Why
last
ADC
time.
first?
Because ADCs usually have the highest number of kills in a game. Or
Right, but then
they're the
wouldn't
highest
the
farm.
argument then be that even an ADC on a lower tier team is going to end up picking up a decent amount of points just by virtue of being the ADC?
No.
Yes. But you also gotta,
disagree.
base it on. It's also based on wins and towers and everything else too.
Yeah. Oh,
So
totally.
it's not just like you still got to pick your team. I think is more important than the individual player.
Right.
But the highest point producers typically are ADCs and mids.
Yeah,
Yes.
ADCs
That's
and
what
mids,
I-
100%.
Like last season, that's what I left to last. I picked up support and top first.
Yeah, not everybody
I
can
think
be
I picked
Hoonie.
up like 2 top laners before I got anyone
Yeah.
else. Because they were
Yeah,
in the
see-
shortest supply. Like good supports last season and good top laners were in very short supply.
Yeah.
Top lane was a wasteland.
Rush
No,
also
it's-
ended up saving me towards the end of the season.
Yep, MVP. So
Yep.
there you have it. It's interesting. I'm only playing devil's advocate here. I have my own theories as to how is best to play fantasy, but there's like the different schools of thought where it's like, do I just take the highest point producer in, for example, ADCs we deem are the highest point producers, so I'm going to try and get the best possible ADC, or do you pick the players that are going to create the biggest point differentials? In other words, it's more beneficial for you to take a higher rated jungler because the gap between top rated jungler and the next jungler is much larger than the top rated ADC and the next ADC.
Correct.
Right? Because you're always paired up against somebody. So in the head-to-head, you'd rather have the person that's going to create a larger differential than the person that's just going to net you the most points in general.
I mean, I
Right.
lived and died by the flex position for a large part of me struggling to keep relevancy in the last time we played. And I had to use that. I had to leverage that gap of space by choosing a role that I normally would have been comfortable choosing because I knowing the next best one in that position just wasn't worth the trouble at that time.
Right.
Can you-
It's I see someone in chats mentioning QB logic. It's something similar in fantasy football where like QBs is a position where even if you take a mediocre QB, they're going to score you a substantial number of points. The difference between for example, I guess this season with Cam Newton or take Aaron Rodgers in the past has been a high-scoring QB. Those guys, yes, they generally are some of the top scorers in the entire league, scoring 30 points a game. But I'm still fine with taking someone who's going to score me 18 to 20 points on average so that I can buff up my wide receiver and running back positions because you need more of those.
Yeah,
and I'd rather have guys scoring 12 to 18 points there than scoring 3 to 5 because that differential is larger over time.
So maybe take a high tier jungler first and then go for a second tier ADC.
Maybe.
you're
I mean,
stepping
I'm
on.
not telling you how to play the game. All right, let's not, because I also don't want to be blamed if you lose.
Nah, I like blaming you.
Again,
I'm already gonna blame you. So, in fact, my team name's gonna be Fuck Dash.
Whoa.
well, yep, he actually just signed up. That's weird. Yeah, he showed up in our group.
I like it. I like it.
That's your fantasy stuff. What, Nasty? You got something?
Do we want to talk out pick one of these two? Last league ones?
I don't even know what this other one is. Nah.
Oh, should I be looking at that doc too, so that I
It's
know
all
which
removed.
ones are
No.
actually?
Man, you
No,
did
we
it.
deleted it all.
Yeah, it was all
Like,
deleted.
should we talk about this? What are we talking about?
I mean, the new champ select we've already talked about.
Yeah, it's
Right.
coming on the
Revealed that.
13th.
It's just coming on.
If you guys want
January
more
13th.
info, you should go listen to the league community podcast.
No, don't tell them to listen to other podcasts.
Because
Well, don't plug those guys.
We're the
they
only
go
source of
into really
information.
they go really far in depth on the one that they did on that 2 weeks ago, and they talk with the creators of it.
Yeah,
so
it's super
they can
good.
give you way more insight on that if that's what you're looking for.
Right.
It's a great source for that.
I don't know if you guys know yet, but we're a little bit of jokesters.
Yeah. We like to have
We're
fun.
not safe for work, I hear.
We're not safe for.
Yeah, we're not safe for work.
No, seriously, we're not.
No, fuck no, we're not.
So yeah, I guess that's it for this, right?
Yeah.
Should we move on to what, general gaming now?
Yeah, I
Let's
think
get
so.
on out of here and move on to general gaming.
Segways. 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 The podcast. Segways. Segways.
Guido.
Segways. Segways.
Oh, that segue takes forever. I regret playing it.
The only two. I mean, you played both Nighthawk segues.
Well, what do you? I'm
Yeah.
just picking off
Not very
the off the hip
representative.
here.
Well, I mean, he didn't get his name in the ticker, so
Oh yeah,
Yeah, good job.
I
guys.
forgot
Good
about
drop
that.
the ball.
got-
It's just
The
blank.
One guy. The
Hold
one
on.
guy that's backing us.
I can't even.
Ball.
Yeah, I can't even
It's
add
okay.
it because it takes too much.
Yeah, he knows, and I told him whatever. But we played both of his segues now for backing us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that works. Sure.
yeah. Since he was the only one, we could make that up, right?
Sure. There, it's in there. Fixed it. Look at how quick I am.
Boom! Look at that.
Oh,
You're
I'm
good
so
at that
good.
stuff.
Gold.
So general gaming is what we usually talk about now, but oh, hold on, someone's like outside of
jeez.
my house.
Okay.
Like,
You gonna go
we
answer the
just-
door quick?
Well, let me see here. I just hear like boots clomping around. You know?
What's going
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Is it the police
I
again?
think I hear a motorcycle.
Yeah, I hear.
Oh,
I definitely
not
hear a
the police.
motorcycle. Yeah. Oh. I think-
Yeah, you should go answer.
I'm gonna
that.
go get him. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll
See who this is.
talk. Yeah.
Are we
I hope that
talking
it's
or
not.
just being
No.
silent?
I hope that it's not killer.
Killer for that. We don't want
Last
killer
time
in
he
this.
said that. Last time he left, he said that he was gonna come back and murder Guido. So that would be really unfortunate.
I sense
Yeah.
a great
He's a
disturbance. in this.
small
What you
dog,
guys
though.
doing here? What is this? I see all these computers set up here. What are all these things?
Hey, we're having a podcast here. We're having a
Is this a
podcast.
guy?
What are you doing in my house?
Oh, hey. Well, I hear you have that Riot Dash on that program right there. I think he knows who I am too.
Oh, I know who this is. I know who this is. I want to know how he found out I was here.
Who is this?
That's what I
Yeah, let
want
me
to know.
sit down here. Well, I am the nemesis of Riot Dash. He is driving me nuts. I drive across the country on my motorcycle. All right, I go from motorcycle meetup to motorcycle meetup, and I see where's that Riot Dash, because I'm going to talk to him right now. I'm going to talk to him real nice and slow like, and I'm going to say, look in here, you pink-haired little Nancy boy. Okay,
Whoa.
I know what you did. Hey, shut up! I'm talking right now. I know what you did to my family. I know what you did to my sweet puppy dog, Tinkerbell.
What did you do, Dash?
What did you do?
Yeah,
Dash?
tell him. Tell him what you did.
Oh God! First off, why did you have to bring my pink hair into this situation? That's separate from my actions. What did I do to his family? Well, Diet Rash here. You know, we talked about people, sharing names.
Yes.
The whole James Patterson situation. Well, I found out that Diet Rash here has his own little blog, his own little cross-country motorcycle blog.
Yeah, I've been blogging for a while.
Yeah, and it was appearing first on Google.
Thanks for the
even
plug.
when you typed in Riot.
What-
Hey, you're
what-
welcome for the plug,
What's the blog called?
my friend.
What's the blog called?
What is your website?
What's the name of the blog?
I believe it's just like DietRash.tumblr or something.
Yeah,
right?
DietRash.tumblrmotorcycles. Going cross country. Don't forget about me with your radio on. .edu/ don't
Not edu.
don't ever lay off the throttle while you're riding next to me, boy.com.
Was that
Exactly.
you on sale?
See, so now you can see what the problem is already. He's an incredibly long-winded person.
Yes.
Even that URL was a little long, and so the issue I was running into is when you would Google search, even for Riot Dash, at the beginnings of my internet stardom. I'll put that in quotes because it's very minor. If you looked up Riot Dash, he would still pop up first. So I just made a few phone calls, and I had his site bumped down on the list, and apparently that just killed his page clicks. And I guess naturally it sent his family into poverty, and now they're living on the streets, just being towed along in a little trailer behind his motorcycle.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
that's what he's referring to.
He's got the name Riot Dash. I was Diet Rash before he was Riot Dash. Okay?
You were the first.
Now look, my
are two
favorite
different-
TV show is
Two
MASH.
different names.
Okay.
What the issue is.
Your
Favorite song?
favorite breakfast food is hash.
Yes, I love corned beef hash. Diet hash.
Favorite breakfast food is mashed bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a motorcycle / dieting blog, I believe.
My favorite video game is Smash. Okay?
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
don't like talking trash.
I don't like talking trash. And if someone comes at me talking trash, they're going to get a lash.
Oh, okay.
Okay? I only speak in rhymes. I do it all the time.
Are you a rapper?
I'm not a
But
rapper.
I'm not a rapper.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway,
Are those assless chaps?
they are, well, all chaps are assless. All right? If they're, chaps are assless. If they have an ass, it's just leather pants.
Oh,
So
okay.
people should be saying, are those assless leather pants? Because that's what chaps are.
Yeah,
Come on.
Today I learned.
I just got
Just-
school.
Just told you guys all about chaps. You can read more about chaps on my blog. That's
that?
What was the
Again?
URL again?
it's Diet Rash .tumblr on my motorcycle. Driving cross country. .edu / drive up next to me, turn your radio on because
Wait, .edu?
.edu.
How did you manage to get an
There's
EDU
a
address? I thought those
.edu and
were
a
He has a
reserved for
grant from Stanford.
educational institutions.
I'm actually a licensed motorcycle instructor. Okay, I got a class
okay.
that I teach. I teach lots of young homeless folk and mainly just Canadians.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, we all know the Canadians are in dire use or dire need of some education. So
They
I
need
appreciate
it.
the outreach that you're doing.
They don't know how to drive motorcycles. Anything with 2 wheels. All of them bring tracks to my classes. 'Cause they
Millpool,
don't-
is this true? Do Canadians not know how to drive 2 wheels?
Well, I don't know how to, so.
So then
There you
it's
go.
gotta be
There you go.
everybody.
100%
Case in
correct.
point, anecdotal example right here.
1 out of 1.
Yeah,
I believe that's how science works.
Yeah, 1 out of 1. Yeah.
We had a hypothesis. We went and tested that hypothesis, and our results found that Canadians.
Listen to this fancy boy talking his mumbo jumbo. We never really got to the root of the problem, and that is that you're still taking my likes. We are search engine optimization rivals here. You're coming at me with your big hair and your sunglasses on. I'm trying to get my motorcycle business off the ground, and you're coming at me like blah blah blah, mid lane, blah blah blah, bot lane, like marksman, top lane. I don't know what you're talking about. No one knows what you're talking about. Everybody knows about motorcycles. They know about riding motorcycles, okay? They don't know about this video game business.
What do you want him to do?
Yeah, I'm a little confused as to what the the resolution here is.
I want him to change his name.
Change his name.
Right here, right now.
Okay, well, let me entertain the idea of changing my name for a moment. Diet Rash. What would you have me change it to?
Diet Rash.
Wait, you want
Wait.
you want me to have the same name?
Yeah, I want us to have the same name. That way we work together. We're partners.
Oh, this is a business proposition.
This is, yeah, it's a very business. That's all I want. These 10 years I've been chasing you. I've been wanting to talk business, really.
10 years.
I've been chasing you since you were 14, young man.
Look, 10 years he's barely left California.
Yeah.
Chasing him for 10 years.
Looking for him all over. Since he was a young little 14-year-old boy.
For 4 years in a row for that 10.
I find it interesting that you're going to motorcycle meetups to look for him.
Well, I figured he'd be there.
Dash, are you an avid motorcycle rider?
No, I have always wanted to get my motorcycle license, but I haven't done that yet, and I guess I may have found my instructor, knowing now that you have that .edu.
Yeah, it's official.
I guess Diet Rash here might be the go-to motorcycle
Tell you what.
educational
site. Leave a comment on my blog. That's
what was it again?
It's .rash.tumblr motorcycles driving around cross country with my folks. .edu/ don't forget to throttle up on your motorcycle, turn your radio up real nice.com.
You struggle with brevity,
it's a
don't
.edu
you?
and .com?
No, I don't struggle with brevity. What are you talking about? I come in here day and night. I keep my sentences short. I keep my thoughts clear and precise so people can really understand what I'm saying. You know, I go out there and I work my ass off and I teach people motorcycle lessons. So don't you come to me about brevity, because I keep things short and I keep things simple. I don't ever overtalk. I keep it nice and concise for everybody. You know,
All right.
They're coming over here. They're talking in my ear. I'm like, no. I only got a few seconds to talk to you because I'm very brief.
No one, we're all
Deep
trying
breaths.
to work with you on this, okay?
Woosa.
Riot Dash, he's gonna change his name to Diet
Yeah.
Rash.
Right.
You guys,
Wait,
Okay.
I'm
It's
still a little
official.
confused.
All right, no, it's official. I gotta go. Oh, he's just running out of here. He just ran and left.
Right. Well,
I hope he comes back one day.
that was a weird experience.
Dash, you won't ever be able to get closure on this.
I know. I'm always gonna wonder why he wanted to share the name with me.
He'll probably
As
still
opposed
chase
to-
you down and find
Yeah,
you.
he'll probably find me at some point.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I visit all those motorcycle bars all the time, so he'll track me down eventually.
He asked you to leave a comment on his blog too.
Yeah, do that for him. I don't remember what his web address is, though.
Yeah, it was something ridiculously short.
I think it was dietrash.tumblr motorcycles. Turn your radio up real high while you while you cruise along on the highway. .edu / God, I don't fucking. You're right. I only got half of it.
Yeah, that sounds
It
about
was
right.
just a little too long.
No, that sounds about right.
Sure, we can just Google.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Well, you can't. You can just Google Riot Dash and he'll come up second now.
Well, now that we got that horrible interruption out of the way.
Yeah, can we go on to general gaming?
Yeah, let's talk about general gaming. The biggest news is the Oculus Rift. The Oculus Rift has a price and a release date. I'm not positive of the release date, but everybody knows the price.
Super expensive.
$350, like they said.
No.
before.
No,
$49.99
Millpool.
actually. Millpool, you're off by 1 cent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Wait,
it's-
what is the
$4.99.
actual?
That's what it
what
came
is
out
the
as.
actual?
The actual price is $599. Discuss that while I go get a drink of
American
water.
dollars?
Suddenly my throat hurts.
That prices me out of it, but it is emerging technology. I respect that.
So, well, I think that the big uproar isn't the fact that it came out at $5.99. I think the big uproar is the fact that the CEO said that it was going to be $350 about a month and a half ago. And
A month and a half
their-
ago. Was it really that long ago?
Yeah, I think it was a month and a half ago. And
Yeah, it
that
was a long
their
time ago.
last developer kit that came out was also $350. So people were thinking that it's just going to be $350, and why not? Because that's what the prices kind of have been.
Yeah.
You know, this is such a tough thing to discuss because, as it was just mentioned, like emerging technology, right? How do you necessarily put a price on that?
Right.
You are the newcomer in the space. You do, to a degree, get to set the bar. And who am I, rather, as a consumer, to tell you what it is or isn't worth without having experienced the product yet, or having any kind of basis or comparison for what it should be worth.
I think
And
people.
it's early adoption, drama. Really, I mean, the people would make the argument that since it's new, it deserves to be expensive. But I kind of agree that without a frame of reference, at least some kind of context to what is actually happening, it's kind of hard to put a value to something like that. But from what people have said at trade conferences, though, it really is the real deal.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Have any of you tried it?
No.
Had the opportunity to try it?
No, I haven't had it.
Not the actual. I tried Samsung's version.
Gotcha.
But I mean, VR is kind of VR.
Yeah,
Right.
it's almost a novelty, and that's where I think the price point comes to be a problem. And like you're not buying a toy, which is what a lot of people think. You're buying a display. You're buying a new monitor.
Yeah,
Or-
those lenses are top shelf. There's OLED lenses, and
there's two of them too.
And you're
that's
buying
the other thing.
You're buying a new way to experience not only video games but like home theater, your desktop entirely. So it's such a new market that people don't know. They see it as a toy. It's 3D goggles,
Right.
Right.
And that's where I think a lot of people are having trouble coming to terms with the price point.
I also don't think that the Google Cardboard really helps with this, because people see Oculus Rift and they're like, well, I can spend $15 on Amazon and get this cardboard thing that I put my phone in, and it pretty much does the same thing. So why is this $600 versus $20? But they're two completely different things.
Yeah,
you know?
they are. And
Right.
I'm glad you brought up hardware too, because like the president of Oculus said, this is not spun off material. This is like all created new for this device. And it comes bundled with a variety of technology, but the stuff that it comes with doesn't even factor into the overall cost. People are like, well, why can't we buy just the goggles? Well, it's not just just the goggles is the cost.
Right.
And it's because they didn't borrow from anything else. They didn't scavenge from another project. This is all hand-tooled and engineered new technology.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest problem is if you're like a regular person and you just want to check out VR, like you have to buy the goggles, but then you have to buy like a PC as well if you don't have one already.
Right.
Especially if you want to play games on it, because any game, like, it has pretty high specs.
970 or higher.
Yeah. To run anything on it. I mean,
it's running dual displays.
Right. A lot of the experiences are going to be just video and just maybe surfing the web, but
I can't wait for the
drive
porn,
it a
man.
lot.
Well,
Porn's going to be amazing.
Well, and so here's the thing. I think, recall back to the first iPhones, the first touch phones, right?
Right.
If you're going to move into a new space and be the first consumer of it, you have to be prepared for that. That, your experiences even with the product once you buy it are going to be limited and maybe not fantastic. Who knows? The technology will evolve, and ideally the technology will become more accessible then.
Yeah,
Right.
It diversifies itself at different price points and different levels of quality. That's going to explode outward and branch into
Right.
different entry points into the market. And in fairness, the president himself said he's going to be gaming on a minimum recommended, or at least average recommended system. He is
Right.
not going to game on his own device on a high-end system just so he can get the true user-end experience.
Yeah, and I totally respect that.
I think the other big thing to take away is that they said that they're just breaking even at this price point. Like everything that there
If
is,
that.
yeah. Like, so they're trying to get it out there, understanding that they're not trying to make a profit. They're trying to make it accessible. And yes, it's a high price point, but like Wally said, this is all specific stuff. You can't put a price on something. He brought up a good point. You can spend $600 on another TV, and the overhead on that TV comparatively is going to be maybe 10% of that cost, where the overhead on the Oculus is pretty much 100% of what the cost is.
This is a $600 manufactured item made domestically and then shipped out, as opposed to maybe, like you said, a TV made for what? $100, $200 being sold
Right. A
Maybe
TV which
600.
has been around for, a long time and has tons of competition.
So, is this the devil's advocate question? Should we be grateful that it's just $600?
I
don't really care. I mean, unless you're an early adopter, like the price shouldn't really matter.
I can't buy it, but I mean, that's where the logic was going.
I mean, I think like a lot of people like myself are gonna wait and see like where VR goes before just jumping into it, because like there has to be.
That's my thing.
There has to be the support for it, right? If there's no games for it, like I'm not gonna buy it.
There's gonna be
if all the experiences are shit, like if the screen sucks and it hurts your head and it's not like if it doesn't go anywhere, like just like 3D TVs, I mean, I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. We're all waiting, I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm of the opinion that I care more about the experiences being good rather than being the person to have the experience first.
Right.
And that's where the argument's like people who want to buy this product early, I don't think are really going to care whether it's $350 or $600 because they just want to have an Oculus Rift, right?
Right.
And they're going to spend the money on it. They care more about having the experience early than having a fantastic, waiting for the technology to develop and waiting for then the software. Now software has to follow the hardware. The hardware's been created. The hardware technology is there, just like computers were created however many years ago, right? And it didn't happen until, now that you have games like World of Warcraft and League of Legends. It took a long time for the experiences that you would have on that piece of hardware to come up to par.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
I think the same people that bought Google Glass are going to be the same type of people that buy this. Because when Glass came out, it was $1,500. And way over a price point that anybody could afford. And same thing with Oculus. It's way higher than what the average person is going to buy it for. But at the same time, there was still plenty of people that bought it that Google continues to work and put money into it.
Totally.
So, yeah, I don't think any of us will get it, but we'll get to see what becomes of it, what their Mach 2 will be like, what the competition comes out. I know Valve is working on one. A lot of people, Samsung's working on one. A lot of companies are working on them. So with supply comes lowered prices, and we'll see where it is in like a year.
I think it's fair.
I think 400, 300 is where I can see it going down to in about a year. If all these companies end up getting out products like they say they're going to.
I have a good buddy that's going to be buying one right away.
Yeah, Ryan?
Yeah,
that's right.
I mean, let's...
Yeah.
Let's remember too that, for example, iPhones still cost that much.
Right.
Like if you're if you're not buying them from like a contract or something where then they reduce it to $200, iPhones still cost $600. And this is now a technology that we see as pretty mundane and pretty ordinary. There's so many different touchscreen phones out there that are accessible to the internet. They're not providing anything new on the iPhone necessarily, and yet the price is still hovering around that 600 mark. So to me, when I think of a VR experience, like my ideal VR experience, $600 does not seem like too much, in my opinion, for hardware. If I consider that one day I might be able to play an MMO and actually you feel like I'm fighting a dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
Really.
Just imagine WoW with VR. Those giant ass fucking monsters and like moving around for the fights and shit.
I already spent over $600 when I put, for the 6 years that I was subscribed to WoW. Like, are you kidding me? I would easily throw another $600 straight up to go go fight Rag, to go redo the Rag fight.
But let's go do the safety dance with VR.
That would be nuts.
The Oculus Rift is a good first step in this VR revolution. So,
it's like the Tesla. Somebody has to get out there and they're going to take all sorts of criticism for it. But in a year or two, whenever this actually kind of becomes more mainstream, then it's going to pay off for everybody. And the flack that they're taking right now and the risks that they're taking are going to pay off for everybody.
I think it'll pay off too because gaming's the doorway. I think gaming is going to be the first step with a gimmick like this, because it is a gimmick in a way, but it's actually innovative. But once they master that, I think you're going to see it in news. You're going to see it in forms of media. Everyone immediately thinks movies. And that's fine. It's great. It's true. But I know the New York Times is already shooting things in 360 to experiment with this new phenomenon. You're going to put the Oculus on and you're going to be in the war zone, or you're going to be in where it's happening, and you can actually stare around and actually interact with the story as opposed to just read it. So stuff like that, I think, is what's going to carry it forward.
Okay, I'm wiping my hands of this Oculus Rift bullshit. We don't have much time left, so Awesome Games Done Quickly is going on. You guys been watching any of it?
No, I have not yet.
I've been watching quite a bit of it. It's basically a bunch of speedrunners that run through various games as fast as they can. Today there was an awesome race on Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. 2 guys were playing it blindfolded, and they were racing each other. Yeah, it was insane.
That's awesome.
It was insane. And the winner only got knocked down once. They're knocked out once. It's crazy. I don't know how they do that. It's nuts.
So I actually just saw the other day too that a blind kid finished Ocarina of Time after playing it for 5 years. Like the people do blindfolded for these.
I saw that guy.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy. Talking about people that can't see playing video games, but like this guy never saw, and just basically played off of what he could hear in the game.
Just audio. Oh my god, that's
I don't see how that's
crazy.
Would be
so cool.
Fun.
Well,
I
man, I don't know.
I don't know. That kind of stuff just makes me feel so inadequate, though.
Right?
Isn't all
this
the
guy
dialogue
played it and beat it.
As a human being, you know, when I see that, or even like Reddit posts about League, like people learning to play with just one hand, I'm like, Jesus Christ, guy hit diamond with one hand.
Right.
Like, what am I doing with my life? You know?
Right. He streamed it all, and apparently it is on YouTube as well, like compressed. So
that's cool.
If anybody's looking for it, go check it out.
Very neat. Very cool. What have you guys been playing lately?
Donkey Kong 64 and Pokemon. Oh, I bought a 64 and I bought a DS.
You bought a 64 and a DS.
Yeah.
How much is the 64?
64 cost me $40.
Wow,
Games?
nice.
Games depends. Some of the cheaper ones I got Pod Racer for like $1, and then Donkey Kong 64 was like $25, and then I had to get the upgraded memory, which was like $40.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the jumper pack.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still have my 64. I love playing that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the girlfriend
Shadows of-
interested in gaming. So
Shadows of the Empire. You gotta get that too.
yeah, for sure. And
Star
we're trying
Fox.
to find
1080.
Yeah.
yeah, 1080 was.
1080.
I saw 1080.
I have 1080 still.
I mean, like Mario 64. I don't know why we're all dancing around it.
Oh
That's
yeah,
true.
for
That's
sure.
true.
Mario 64, 1080, Star Fox, Diddy Kong
GoldenEye.
Racing.
GoldenEye.
Yeah,
GoldenEye.
Shit.
Dude, have you guys?
Perfect
Mario
Dark.
Racing.
When was the last time you played GoldenEye though?
A long time.
It does
a
not
couple
hold
months
up
ago.
well.
Oh fuck no.
Yeah,
It's okay. It's not bad.
No, it's so hard to play.
Yeah.
It is so hard to play. Like when,
It's the-
when
it's
you
the
come
joystick.
from like, yeah, exactly. Like, if you've played any shooter between, GoldenEye
Then.
and now, and try and go back to GoldenEye, it's one of the hard things you've ever done.
Yeah, I
You
noticed
feel-
that.
But
like-
at the time, it was so revolutionary.
Oh,
Yeah,
No one had
totally.
for
ever
sure.
done a shooter on a console like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
playing,
and doing
playing
like no health
DK64.
slap battles is great.
Oh, it was so much fun. So many hours playing
Oh
that game.
yeah. It was a great first-person shooter.
I bought a Wii U recently.
Nice.
And so I've been
Mario
playing
Maker?
Mario
Last
Maker,
week you were like,
Nice.
I don't know if I should buy a Wii U. Oh,
yeah.
just for one
Well,
game.
I did it. Yeah, Mario Maker is pretty awesome. It's a
Sweet,
pretty good
sweet.
game.
Did you buy any other games?
Well, Mario Kart came with it.
Okay.
Nice.
And I bought Assassin's Creed Black Flag because it was on the eShop. For $20.
Nice.
There are not a lot of games for the Wii U. Like,
Yeah, there aren't.
It's kind
but
of
there's
sad looking through the eShop and like.
Wait, so then why did you buy?
yeah. Why'd you buy the
I
worst
Mario
one?
Maker.
I really wanted Mario Maker.
Can they
Wow.
Can they
See,
port
that's-
Mario Maker for 3DS?
It's
All right,
a
but
really
see-
cool console. It's a really cool experience. I really like that you can pretty much turn it into a handheld device whenever you want. Like I can play any game in bed. Like I don't have to be in front of my TV, which I really like.
Nice. This is where I'm going to take us back to the Oculus Rift, though. This is an example where software
Needs to catch
encouraged him to buy the hardware.
up. Right.
Because you wouldn't
That's
have
always the
bought the
case,
Wii
though.
U then, probably, if Mario Maker wasn't available, right?
I mean, the best things about Nintendo's consoles are also the worst things, which is that Nintendo makes games for them and no one else makes games for them.
Right.
Um,
So the games are great, but there's only so many. And
I mean, Nintendo makes great games, but there's
Right.
nothing else to play on it, really.
Exactly. But I just think that that's an example right there of like, okay, yeah, the Oculus Rift is a great piece of hardware right now, but with a limited number of experiences, I'm less encouraged to go out and purchase it. But when all of a sudden there is a World of Warcraft, there is a League of Legends, there is a CSGO, you know, on Oculus Rift, then I'm going to jump at that opportunity to pick that platform up.
Right.
That stuff, like, I mean, those experiences need to be optimized for the Oculus Rift. I don't know that just putting Legends on an Oculus Rift.
No. I was just saying, I was naming those as like substitute anything, just big brand, well-made game that, right? So like, it doesn't have to be CS:GO, but like a shooter comes out on VR, an MMO comes out on VR, and a MOBA comes out on VR that are all fantastic. Now all of a sudden, there's a lot of experiences that I want to have that can only take place on that hardware, so I'm going to go purchase that piece of hardware now.
Yeah, right. And that's going to be the battle between Oculus and Sony and Valve with their 3 headsets.
Yeah,
like who can get the software? You know, like obviously Valve is going to have a leg up on that probably.
Well, actually, Oculus is going to have its own proprietary library.
Yeah, they said they're putting out 20 games like immediately.
Wow.
It's going to be like a friends list, whole 9 yards. Yeah.
Or maybe not immediately. They said within the first year, Oculus is putting out 20 games, and they're going to have 100 games available within the first year.
It's impressive.
But
that is impressive.
But that could be like a game could just be like a mobile experience, you know, that's super small.
I guess just like a tour kind of thing.
Yeah, like who knows.
Dash, you been playing anything lately?
I've been playing a lot of League, because with the preseason moving towards week 1 of the LCS, it's very important actually for us to all be on top of the number of changes that have been made, so that we can speak to them. So as much League as I can. I think pretty much right now, if I'm not playing League, I play H1Z1 occasionally with my buddies. Nice. That's a fun like, you know, kick around game where team up as 5 and, you know, you can kind of shoot the shit, and it doesn't require a ton of focus. I mean, obviously when you're in combat you need to be paying attention, but for the most part it's a nice social platform, if anything.
Yeah.
And then occasionally I'll play, I play Hearthstone if I have like no time, like not enough time to do a full game of League or something.
Sure.
I'll just load up Hearthstone and play a little bit. But other than that, I'm honestly so bad about finding new games. Something I wish I was better at.
Do you fall into the realm of Magic that is in Riot all over the place?
What?
Do I play Magic?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I only draft.
Okay.
Oh.
So I didn't start playing Magic till earlier this year. I'd never played Magic until earlier. Well, no, wait, it's 2016. So sorry, when I say earlier this year, I mean
last year?
In April of 2015 is when I started playing Magic.
You guys are referring to Magic the Gathering?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard a lot, like everybody at Riot that we were talking to was talking about playing Magic.
There's
and
quite
Zell
a few
was
people.
like, I'm hooked on it like 3 days a weekend. I'm playing Magic.
So I'm responsible for Zell getting back into it. Like he played Magic like back in the day. And then he had given up on it, and then I started playing for the first time, and probably 2 months later I mentioned it to him, and he's like, wait, what? Maybe I'll come draft with you one time. And then boom, now that guy he's spent a ton of money on it. He's got like 4 EDH decks. He's got he's like thinking about going into like Modern and like all this kind of stuff. I'm like, oh my god, he's lost in it. I've managed to only stay or to stick in the drafting realm, which I've loved. I absolutely love drafting, but I'm gonna fight the urge to go into any of the constructed, just for my wallet's sake.
I haven't played for years, but I loved it when I did. All my cards probably aren't legal anymore.
It's such a fabulously made game. I mean, if anyone who's not familiar with Magic, it just as like a case study should go read about it and study it. I think as a card game, it's one of the best made out there.
Good stuff.
I've been playing some Ori and the Blind Forest, which is a platformer. Oh, it's so good. Such a good game. It's like
I've only heard amazing things about it.
It's
not
a
made by one guy too.
I don't know. It's Microsoft Studios is a publisher.
I got it on the Xbox.
But
it's been poignant, really.
It's super clean. Like, it's such a clean game, and the mechanics are on point. Like, and it's just difficult enough that you don't get too frustrated with it, but you also just want to keep going.
I got pretty
Nice.
mad a few times, but it
Yeah,
was
I
worth
did
it.
too. I did too. There are a few points where you get pretty mad, but overall, it's a pretty relaxing platformer to play.
How about that music? Sound work for everything too.
Everything. The visuals, the sound is so good. It's such a good game,
Yeah.
and I
Okay,
wish
it
I
was
would have
not
played
made
it.
by one guy, but it was made by remotely with people around the world.
I wish I
Oh,
would have
really?
played it last year, and I probably would have nominated it for one of my favorite games.
Yeah,
of the year.
it made it onto the best of the year list, like through quite a few people.
Yeah, I saw it on PC Gamer's list, I think.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, I've heard like lots of good things about the art, like hand painted backgrounds. I think. I've heard
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
And the music is supposed to be good. I heard it gets really hard, or it is really hard.
It does. It gets hard. It's not super hard, but it has some mechanically challenging pieces to it. But it's not. I wouldn't say it's very hard.
No.
Okay.
But
Maybe I'll
you're
check
talking
it
to the
out.
guy that's a pro at speedrunners.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It
Oh,
is.
man.
It's very much a Metroidvania though, type.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
well-
when are we gonna play League together?
Tonight,
Shh. I'll play
Boom.
whatever.
Look at that.
All right.
right now, after this.
We did it. We did it. Scheduling success.
Yeah, wow, that was weird. It was like scheduling the podcast tonight too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we should mention that
totally
Dash.
had fun.
This was like very last minute. Almost as a joke.
Very.
I sent Dash a message like, haha, you want to come on the podcast tonight? He's like, yeah, sure. Be there.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was.
Wait, what?
I messaged these guys. I was like, oh shit, we guys get your game faces on.
Right, but we gotta tell the other side of the story though, Guido, which is that from the time Guido appeared on All Chat, how many months ago?
Oh, that was in July, I think.
God, I
Was
don't
it
know.
more than that?
Yeah. I don't know. When All Chat was still trying to figure out exactly what kind of show we were, you know, like that's how long ago it was. Very early
Right.
on. After that, Guido was like, "Hey, so I do this podcast. We'd love to have you on sometime." And I was like, "Yes, absolutely. Like, we'll get it done." And then,
7
now
months
fast
later.
forward 8 months later, whatever the hell it is.
Right.
So that's why when he messaged me, I was like, "All right, I'm not doing anything tonight. Let's make it happen."
Nice.
And I'm glad we did. I'm
Yeah.
glad we did.
Yeah,
This is
I'm glad
fun.
that you made it. As short notice as it was, my phone was blowing up in our group chat, and I was like, "What the fuck are these guys talking about?" And like, I pulled it out when I
see
pulled
any
up
of
into
that.
my driveway, and I was like, "Oh fuck, yeah, I guess I should hurry up and get upstairs then." And
Well, no worries.
Yeah, 'cause I was at Cracker Barrel when all this was going down. I just got home, opened up Mumble, and Dash is in there. I was like,
Wally, very briefly, what have you been playing?
I've been playing The Witcher 3.
Oh, he got sucked in.
Yes, I did. I picked up The Blood of Elves on Kindle, and I read through most of it. So I think I was actually being a story snob. It's like you're playing a Star Wars game, you know Star Wars.
Yeah.
You're playing
You?
a fantasy game. Yeah.
be a story snob?
I am. So I
No
read the
way.
book, and now that I knew what was going on, I'm like, hey, I know who that is. I started enjoying it.
Dash, last
Yeah,
week we
good
had our
stuff.
Game of the Year episode, and Witcher 3 was brought up, but none of us had played it. So we were just
Right.
like,
I see again. I haven't played it either. I'm so bad at at finding new games and actually like committing to them, because I'm the kind of person that when I play a new game, I have to play it very seriously.
Oh, I am.
Right.
Yeah. I'm 50
and-
hours in. Ugh.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I play World of Warcraft. I top rating guild, first clearing everything.
Holy
you know,
shit.
Gladiator, 2500 rated. You know, semi pro. League of Legends. My only goal was like I have to be diamond. I have to be, you know. And so I dedicate way too much. When I started playing Hearthstone, I was like, if I can't get up to like rank 3 or higher, I'm a failure. So that's why that's the way I approach games. And so it makes it very hard for me to get into games, into new games.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
how
haven't
I'm
even
playing
played Witcher
Pokemon.
3.
Like everything that I can touch or like
Yep.
look at or like bookcase or trash can that I can look in, I have to do that.
Witcher
'cause
3
I'm the
will
same
kill
way.
you. Dude, don't play
Fuck.
it yet.
Well, then I'm not. I mean, I already have like the whole
Both of you.
Bioshock series that I
Right.
need to play, and a couple of other
Witcher 3
games
has
that I
like
need to play.
500 hours of side quests.
Oh fuck!
Oh
That's-
dear
that's
lord!
some-
See, yeah, that's no good for me.
that's my problem. Like I learned it on Fallout 4 just from doing something.
Because of that.
I
Yeah,
understand.
like
Open
I just
world.
don't
You got to
spend
put me on
too easy.
rails, man. I'm telling you. They need to make more on rails games.
I am-
Fuck this
I-
open
I-
world bullshit.
I'm a problem child with open world though. Like Fallout 4, I did every quest. I literally every one.
Just give me a 12-hour cinematic fun game on rails.
Those games exist. You don't have to complain that they don't.
No, they
Metro,
don't.
Play Metro. Metro Last Light. Metro 20-something or other.
Fuck
Guido,
Metro.
that's so funny because like when I started Donkey Kong 64, like there was a bunch of cutscenes in the beginning, and my girlfriend kept saying like, why do they keep taking us out of the game? Like I don't want to see this stupid shit. Just let me get back in. So like complete opposite of you. There's a lot of people out there that don't want that shit.
I hate cutscenes. I played Final Fantasy 14. Like I was trying to find an MMO that I wanted to play after World of Warcraft with. And so I played Final Fantasy 14, and I leveled from 1 to 50, as well as my secondary character from like 1 to 15 in order to evolve my first character. And I leveled up in like 48 hours from 1 to 50, which is incredibly fast. I didn't sleep. I just stayed up and leveled it within like 36 hours. But I skipped every single cutscene, so I couldn't tell you a single thing about Final Fantasy 14 and the story or the cinematics or whatever. I have no fucking clue.
Don't play Witcher.
Sometimes I just want to put a podcast on and play a game, you know? And then I don't want any.
That's what World of Warcraft was for me. Just walk around and fucking gather herbs and mine shit.
Flying around Nagron, just like mining for days.
Oh yeah,
rich.
I totally did that.
I just
I did that so often. Yep, there's
that
just
mountain ridge on the top part of the map.
Oh my goodness, yep.
Oh my god.
Good.
I made a game out of like beating other assholes to that ore spot. Oh my god.
Yeah. And it was the worst because I was a holy paladin. So if someone else landed, it was like a 12-hour duel over one single vein of, ore. It was so dumb. But because I couldn't kill anybody, but no one could kill me. It was one of those stupid examples where it's like, are you going to give up or are you going to have to log off before I do? But
what's your perfect relaxation game, Mill? Like if you wanted to tune out, what would it be?
Right now, I actually reinstalled Painkiller.
Oh wow!
I know that's a weird choice, but it's like Serious Sam, where it's just waves of enemies, and you're just like, I was just totally tuned out and just killing enemies.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I can see that totally.
Fun. I haven't been playing much of it, but just
the new Doom's coming out. You might be up your street too.
I can't wait for the new Doom.
Yeah, I mean
so
that's a different thing. Like I'm excited to see the story and stuff that they put into that. Very little detail, really.
All right, what do you guys say we start wrapping this thing up?
Let's do it.
We got to do our listener of the week, but before we do that, we usually do voicemails right now, but we've decided to move those to every other week. So keep sending your voicemails. Although now we have way too many.
Yeah, we have like fucking 20
Yeah,
voicemails
we have like
right
15
now.
or so.
See, we should just do an episode though. All voicemails.
Yeah, we might do that. We'll let you guys know if we're going to do an all voicemail episode.
I have 2 questions for Dash from friends that have messaged me though. Can I relay them really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
One is from my friend Josh. He says hello, and are you into butt stuff? I don't know what that is. And then two, my friend Kate wants to. Can you take her to prom?
Can I take her to prom?
Apparently that's a question that she's had in the bag for ever since she's seen you.
I think that might be. Is that even legal?
Yeah, I think she's of age.
Yeah, you're not gonna fuck her on the dance floor.
You would have to like invent a prom.
Policy perspective.
It would be prom of 2 people.
Is that even allowed?
You could crash a prom, maybe the 2 of you.
Could crash a prom. There you go. Because I think my high school, you weren't allowed to bring someone a certain number of years outside of the high school age.
Really?
Like it was actually a rule. Yeah, like you couldn't.
They must have had one bad experience.
That's why I said no. They 100%. They must have had one really bad experience where someone brought like a 28-year-old dude in.
Right.
And it was just weird for everybody.
Kids want to get fucked.
My name's Dave.
I like motorcycles.
Okay, so your first friend was Josh or John?
Josh.
Josh asked if I like butt stuff.
Are you into the butt stuff?
Am I into the butt stuff?
That was his question.
It could be. Be careful. It could be interpreted.
There's literally no proper way to answer this question.
No.
Right?
I just say yes.
I just say yes. We typically say yes. I want to make it clear that we've been asked questions from people. Like our listeners ask us, of the 3 of us, which one would we go down on more, that kind of a thing. So we're not really serious and open ended at all in that regard.
Right. Right.
So just say yes, move on. He's entertained.
Yes.
Or just say
Yeah, it's official.
Or say
Move
no.
on.
Or say no if you don't want to go on the record for anything.
Right. Well, I guess I already said yes. So there we go. And then will I take? Was it Kate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will I take Kate to prom? When is it? And where is it?
Pretty much the minute you say yes and you pick the venue.
Oh wait, so it's
you're
it's
talking
like
to a
just
21-year-old
prom?
girl.
It's just it's just a 2-person prom. It's
Yep.
not-
So just
Yeah.
a date.
You can find him. You can
So
find
right,
him.
so wait, I'm gonna go. So yes and move on, right? Is that the
Yes,
system?
yes, and move
Yeah,
on.
Move on.
Yes and move on.
I
There we
do
go.
like the fact that we're exploring these so deeply.
It's like a snowy voicemail right now.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any voicemails to send us, you can record yourself on audio file and email it to justokgamers@gmail.com, or you can call 614-763
615-763
shit.
JOKG. Yeah, you
Yeah,
fucked
there
up
you
our
go.
own number.
Yeah, good job.
615-763-5654.
Yes.
I gotta
you go.
call and leave you guys a voicemail.
Yeah, do it.
Please do.
All right.
Yeah, so that's that. And now we're going to be doing some Listener of the Week. Yo, Listener of the Week now. He's going to be real sweet now. It's Listener of the Week. Yeah. Last week we had a reoccurring Listener of the Week. They got Listener of the Week twice. Were you aware of this, Nasty?
On the same
No, I
review.
was not.
No, I didn't catch it.
It wasn't the same review.
None of us noticed. Oh, was it not?
No,
No,
they changed it
it
and they
was-
put it at a different rotation then. So they kind of got the better of us. They
Yeah,
tricked us.
I didn't filter well enough,
Wait.
apparently.
Who tricked us? The listener or
The listener.
Yes, the listener.
The listener with iTunes in conjunction.
Right. Apple tricked us. Those fucks.
That's Steve Jobs.
Yeah, fuck him. On his
Um,
grave.
So this week's Listener of the Week is Noodlepot. Noodlepot labeled his review entertaining, and he gave us 5 stars on American iTunes.
Was it 5 out of 10 or?
It's actually 5 out of 5.5.
Yeah, so
Oh,
it's pretty good.
It's all right.
But it starts at 5. So
But we strive.
It's
for,
a scale of
for
5 to
perfection
5.5.
here, right? So we consider 5 out of it's a scale of 5 to 5.5.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Right. Okay. So
So-
this is just a massive failure.
Yes.
It's the worst possible way.
This is just all right.
Yeah.
Utter trash. I love it.
Noodlepot's review is as follows. This is by far my favorite league, or perhaps gaming in general, podcast. Guido and friends are hilarious and work off each other really well. I've found myself literally laughing out loud multiple times. It also has the least amount of cringy, awkward moments out of all the gaming podcasts I've ever listened to. So that's good. Thanks, Noodlepot. You are our listener of the week. Yo, listener of the week now. He's gonna be real sweet now. It's listener of the week. Yeah. You can be listener of the week by leaving a review on iTunes. Heyo. That's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
We got a Patreon right now going. Patreon.com/JustOKGamers is what our Patreon site is. We just started it, so if you are obliged to give us some money, that'd be great. We're just trying to
We got
pay
a
the
new
bills. We do have a new one, which we're going to thank right now. It's Ingy Thor. Thank you for the donation. Nighthawk, also thank you for the donation. We got some rewards there for you guys. If you want to donate, get one of those rewards, that'd be great. Hopefully we can give you back a little something, instead of you just giving us money and we giving you a podcast, which we slave over and we do every week. But yeah, so visit our Patreon. Just check out the rewards. You don't have to give us money. If you don't want to give us money, don't give us money. But if you do want to give us money, That's the way to do it. Got it? Patreon.com/JustOKGamers. Nasty, you want to give us some other plugs?
Dash, would you like to plug anything first before you do ours?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need to plug shit. I mean,
Do you like have a favorite charity, or is that just like a comment of a general hoobiest?
I don't even plug shit. People know me.
no, I mean,
Jesus
Christ.
Started a new venture with Diet Rash.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I guess I have to, but we gotta come up with a more streamlined URL.
I think he
for
did
the,
actually. He did.
for the website.
He already
did we?
changed
What
it.
is it
He made
now?
one.
It's diet-rash.tumblr.com, and I'm
We're dead
serious.
serious,
it.
by the way.
I'm serious.
Oh, this is. Oh, yeah, actually, I'm looking at it right now. This is amazing. First of all, I love the first image. Oh my god, that's so funny. This is amazing.
Also, all chat coming back from the holidays pretty soon, sometime or other, right?
Yeah. I'm filming an episode on Monday.
Nice.
Which will be great. So I'm excited to get back to that. See how that show evolves and develops in its second year.
I'm excited
out in
for
the
you
world.
guys.
Thank you. Yeah, I think there's a lot's gonna happen. I can't say much about what will happen, but I'm really excited for a lot of the stuff that we've talked about during November, December, kind of in that off season. We still put out a few episodes, but there was just a lot of discussion around the direction it should go and how we're gonna get it where we want it to be. So that's a lot of fun. And
I can't wait to be on it again.
Yeah, I can't wait to have you, my friend. I mean, really, you're just in line to replace me, right? When they realize I'm awful at my
pretty
job.
much.
Oh yeah, grooming
but
him for it. Really.
Hasn't happened yet.
Get
I'm
this
somehow
much older,
I'm skating
less
back.
attractive guy.
That knows nothing about League of Legends.
Yeah.
But I also can't wait for the LCS. I'm super excited by all of the stuff that's happened in the off season, all of the changes that have gone through for teams. I mean, a lot of money was poured into the scene by people who are moving into the space. We'll see if that money finally pays off. With all the talent that was brought in and the rosters that have been put together. But regardless, 2016 is going to be an incredibly exciting year for esports in general, not just League of Legends, but esports. This is going to be a big year. It's going to be a very telling year
for sure.
to see how the scene develops. So I'm glad to be a part of it. But no, really, I'm just happy to have been on the show tonight, guys. I appreciate you having me on.
Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks
This
for being
is
a
a
good
blast.
sport with everything too.
Don't be a stranger. Come back anytime.
Oh, I will. And I'll bring Jordan with me.
Yes, Jordan. I can't wait.
Please do.
Appreciate you. Classic.
It'll
Nasty,
be great.
You want to pop some of our plugs in there?
Yeah, if you guys want to find any of our social media or YouTube stuff, you can find it all on justokgamers.com. Also, we are on Discord now, and we have that info as well on the website. And I just had to double check.
There's this member browser on the right sidebar. It has a connect button. Just click that. You'll get right on. It's so easy.
It'll take
Just
you right to us.
Join our goddamn Discord server.
It's so easy.
Dude,
Yes.
Discord's a great program, by the way.
It is.
It's really
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
We're partnered
I
with
just
them.
think there's a lot of hesitation with people trying out new stuff when it comes to voice over IPs.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I've been enjoying it a lot lately, and I think everybody else will too, because it's nice and easy to connect to. There's just click a button and that's it, and it puts you right into our channel.
The price of entry is so small. Just click on a link.
Right.
That's all it is.
Yeah, for reals. But like Guido said earlier, if you want to call and leave us a voicemail, 615-763-JOKG, and be sure to check out our subreddit /r/JustOKGamers, and we like to talk to you guys on there. So yeah,
Do.
that's
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. And
Thanks to everybody also in Twitch that is here.
oh yeah, our
Thanks for
most
watching
viewed
us.
episode ever, probably because of some sweet retweets, mostly from Dash.
From Dash and Rib.
I think
Yeah.
Riv did it, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. Oh, that's awesome.
So thank you very much, guys.
Thanks again, Dash, for hanging out with us.
Again, my pleasure.
and that's about it, right? That's it for this podcast. Any last parting thoughts from anyone?
Us?
It's just silence.
Nope.
Let's go put... Well, I was going to say, is this a part of the show that I'm supposed to just magically know what to do?
No, none of us know
like
what to
the
do.
intro.
That's why we have this.
Should
No,
I, wait,
no, no,
hold
you're
on.
fine.
Should I introduce myself again?
Yeah,
Hello,
please do.
everybody.
Oh, wow.
My name is Riot Dash. This show's all about me. So I'm just going to introduce myself one more time.
Yes.
There you have
No,
it.
you are
Oh, perfect.
You are a
Very
good
good.
co-host.
All right, we'll
Let's
see
go
you
play
guys.
League.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.